installation remained in operation longer, which, you know, if history tells us anything, it's that when they say shit gets shut down, yeah, it doesn't get shut down. It just goes underground or just continues to operate, but from the shadows. So I wouldn't be surprised if this shit was still in operation today, but just in one of their DOMs. Now, much like Area 51, and the facility actually remained unknown to the general public until the early 1990s, though it had long been rumored that the CIA operated a secret movie studio somewhere in or near Hollywood. Filmmaker Peter Cran was the first to learn of its existence through classified documents he obtained while researching his 1995 documentary Trinity and Beyond. So if it wasn't for him, then there never would have been these declassified documents that confirm this place, and they would have just been saying it doesn't exist like they do with all the other shit. But it appears that this facility was also used to create films for MK Ultra mind programming, films that are still in use by the global elite today. One cannot help but wonder how many former Nazis were active in producing these training films. It's also worth noting is that Walt Disney, who Fritz Springmeier stated was a leading illuminist, visited the facility. And the fact that this place was on Wonderland Avenue, I have absolutely no doubt in my mind that Alice in Wonderland was made in this studio, okay? Without a doubt. Fritz also spoke about a maze of tunnels and pedophilia underneath California. Fritz also spoke about a maze of tunnels that run underneath California. And again, I don't doubt that exists because I'm going to show you something a little bit later. Much like at Walt Disney, there is most definitely underground tunnels because they've got that Bookie 33 club there that's got like an 18-year waiting list to get into. So I have no doubt that there are, in fact, secret tunnels going all under LA. And not just LA, they're all over the world. That's a fact. There's tons in the UK. There's fucking tons. And that's how they take these children and traffic these children. And that's how all these children go missing every year. And you ain't got a fucking clue about it. Do you not know how many kids go missing every year? Have you ever looked at the actual stat? It's mind-boggling. It's mind-boggling. How are that many children going missing and they're unaccounted for? That doesn't make sense to me. There's no logical way for me to explain this other than that deep dark thought that's in the back of my head. And it's that the majority of these are victims of child trafficking. And it's just something that just doesn't get spoke about. We can see a few pictures on a train somewhere of a missing child, but nobody can really understand the extent. Nobody seems to understand the extent of how many fucking children go missing each year. It's just wrong. Where are these children going? Where are they going? I think I know where they're going. Okay, so from my understanding, the vast majority of these MK programmed movies were made at this studio. And the fact that they produced 19,000 motion pictures really just speaks volumes. And the fact that it's literally on Wonderland Avenue, I mean, I don't really need to carry on here, do I? I think I've made my point. And remember, I told you in the last video that Marilyn Monroe was one of the prototype betas, okay? I'm sure you all know, but if you didn't know, well, MM was a beta monarch slave. When I say MM, I mean Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was a beta monarch slave, and I'm pretty positive that one of her handlers was Anton LaVey, much like Jane Mansfield, who we will talk about a little bit later. Now, first of all, I need to show you this. This is Marilyn Monroe's February the 8th, 1953. Okay, this 53 is very important. We're going to swing back to this later. Remember this, 1953. Secret Pentagon ID to Lookout Mountain lab pictures. Now, I'm obviously speaking from pure speculation here, but my opinion is that she visited here to have her programming updated or maintained. As you can see on her ID, her name is Norma Jean. Marilyn Monroe was an alter, okay? And I've told you about MM before. They love to imprint this.
This could have been a made-up ID, though.
Everywhere, like Mickey Mouse is a big one.
Or she could be an asset as well.
Meghan Markle, there's tons. There's loads of it.
OTW, you were just talking about the MM
with
shit
an M.
the
It's
other
just
day.
an MM as well because it's the same thing because the W is just an M turned around. So those W's and those M's
that was today
used interchangeably. A
No,
W
you've
name
been talking
or
about
a
it for a
WW
while.
name. So say Walt Whitman.
Yeah, it's 33.
Bad. Walt Whitman is another MM name, okay? Because they flip it.
You've seen that for the missing children, how you lay it over top of North America,
and
where
M and a
there's
W, that's the
underground,
same shit, man.
like not just
That's
facilities,
the
but
same
where
shit. So
there's
whenever you see
caves,
that W,
tunnel
flip
patterns,
it
and
to an M
everything,
see
and it
what the word
matches.
says, 'cause there's always something.
Press pause a second, Cage.
Okay, and why do they do this? Why do they do this? I think they do this because M is the 13th.
Yeah, Morgan.
And M
Yeah,
is
there are.
related to
There's the patterns that
reincarnation and
follow.
cycles, okay? And we're all stuck in one big soul cycle.
Give me a second,
right
man. Pause it, Morgan. Hold
and
on.
that's why I think the MM is used so heavily because, again, they love to take the piss. That's all they do. They just take the piss out of us to our face. That big M on McDonald's.
He's right about the McDonald's, though, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I remember OTW talking about this. Not even today. It was like a while ago. You know. Like
I see 33 and everything.
Yeah, the double digits a lot. But Morgan was saying something, so I want to hear what he was saying.
Laying
If you
atop
don't mind.
of the maps of where they have anything like underground systems, whether dumps or cave systems, where people go missing. If you layer the map on top of each other of where the children go missing, and people in general, and these underground where they know there's underground caves, and they have like where they have the map and they know, and they are identical. Like you lay them across each other, and you're like, and you're just astounded because you see it's where they have underground.
Yeah, someone else was talking about.
That's a way. That's a way to describe it, right? But I think that it's something deeper. Like we're trying to put words on something that's undescribable, right? So then people come up with these theories and shit. But it's like there's something going on, right? And I think it's electromagnetic based, which we can look into if we want to look into hard science.
I just want to say hi to Pineal, by the way, Cage. Hi, Pineal. Sorry, go on, carry on.
Yeah, much love, Pineal.
Welcome to the stream. Pineal's restreaming us, so he's actually simulcasting.
Sure.
All right, so let's go. Well, shout out to everybody who's watching on Pineal's channel. So I believe there are 4 people watching there. So shout out to you guys. All right, so let's do this. Get this video moving. We still got 20 odd minutes to go.
Right on.
Fuck you guys. You guys have been fucking walking around and shit.
And then when you look at the McDonald's sign from the side, it's got the McDonald's underneath, right? So you turn your head, it's like a 13 because the McDonald's acts like the pillar or the phallus or the 1, and then you've got the M, which is the 3, so it's the 13, and they're just taking the piss. But that's why they do it, because the M is the 13 and it represents the soul cycles. It's also important. M and M, 13 and 13. That sums to 26. And as we know, God sums to 26. So MM 13 is the soul cycle. 2M sums to 26, which is God, which would represent a transcendence of the soul cycle. So it's almost like a duality contained within itself, if you know what I mean, because the 13 represents almost entrapment, but the 26 represents transcendence. So again, it's that duality, again, just fucking with your brain. We know that.
And may I say, the 2 and 6 goes to the 8.
All my stuff, you know that 101 represents stargates. I'm definitely not going into that again now because that is a long topic and we've got loads to talk about. So yeah, Marilyn Monroe, MM 1313. She had, this is her ID from 1953 to go to Lookout Mountain, Laurel Canyon. And of course, she made movies, so she could have been shooting movies. She made a few films, but no, I don't think so. I think my thoughts are a little more accurate. There's definitely some mind control going on in that place, okay? And when you look at the dates this studio was in operation, it lines up so perfectly with Paperclip, okay? I have no doubts in my mind that studio was full of Nazis practicing their new mind control techniques that they just mastered through the systematic ritual abuse of thousands of innocent Jews, okay? The dates are too perfect. The dates are too perfect. USA must have been like, yeah, do you know what? Let me bring all you Nazis over here. We're just going to build you a whole new Rush studio. Come here. Make all the films you want. Listen, the Nazis didn't lose no war, man. Nazis fucking run shit still. Okay,
yeah,
so
man. I'm with this guy. He's totally on point.
Because her life is paralleled with Monroe. Like a lot of these betas, I'm sure you've seen. I'm sure you have all seen this video. If you've not, but it's Anna Nicole Smith in her house. But she's been triggered into a child altar by her husband, who is her handler. And this video came out in court, and it's so fucked up, man. He was the one recording, and you can see how out of it she is. I'll put the video in the description, but this is a screenshot from it. Her daughter's like putting clown makeup on her, and she's in a different state of mind. It's not nice to watch, but she's in a different altar. She's in a different state of mind because she's not Anna. Well, I say she's not Anna Nicole Smith. I don't even know if that's her real name, but she's not the altar that we were used to seeing. She was triggered into that child altar, and the husband decided to capture that piece of shit.
You know, they say she died right down the street from me, actually, at the Hard Rock.
You know what happened?
The Hollywood Hard Rock.
I mean, she died at 39
Oh,
as well.
really?
That's a fucking prize. We all know about
That's
93,
interesting.
39.
Literally 10 minutes down the road from me. Yeah.
Remember, MK Ultra equals 93, so that's no
Oh.
surprise. She was a victim of MK, and she died at 39. Video evidence of her disassociation.
39.
Okay, now you see this studio, this Laurel Canyon.
that
Guess
number
who owns
again,
the
isn't it?
studio after it's been renovated into a home? Now,
Yes.
this caught me by surprise. I did not expect this, okay? Fucking Jared Leto, bruv. Now, I've always known this guy was kind of booky, purely because he was in a band called 30 Seconds to Mars. And when I was a kid, I remember watching this Barry King interview about he was exposing some shit from Area 51, and he was talking about these things they have called jump rooms, and they're basically, it's like an elevator that just takes you to Mars in like 30 seconds, no cap, I'm not even joking. And there is so many people that are corroborating this, that these jump rooms exist. Like you go into a
Whoa,
room,
Cage, pause it a minute. This is
don't
weird.
ask me how the fuck it works. I don't know how it works.
Please?
But they transport you to Mars in 30 seconds. And that's where the name of that band came from, 30 Seconds to Mars. That shit was an ode to jump rooms, I'm telling you. And I know there's one in LA somewhere.
Hold on.
So then
They're
there's
probably all
Blade
over the
Runner as
world.
well, don't
If you want
John.
to learn more about this, do some research into it, because I haven't looked into the jump rooms for years. However, I will after this. Look up Project Pegasus. But we can talk about that in a later video. So yeah, it's weird as fuck to me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
Mhm.
I do actually
gets
listen to
deeper.
their music. But yeah, no, he's a very weird dude. Very strange.
Oh, yes.
And if you look at him in the Blade Runner, is it the last one? I'm not sure. I haven't really watched recent films.
Yes.
But yeah,
Yes,
he was
you're right.
strange dude in that. Like, very weird.
Very esoteric. Very.
Yeah, but also, I don't know, there was something that was unholy
him?
about him.
Yes.
Unholy.
Unholy direction. Yes. Yeah.
He felt really unholy character, like, I don't know. Is it called Shatan?
Driven.
I don't know.
I noticed a drive of that
Mm.
unholy being in him. Completely
Yeah, but I mean,
taken
watch
over.
the first. But if you watch the first Blade Runner, I mean, look, this all connects. Absolutely connects. Very strange. I mean, for me, when I look at some of these stories, and they do fascinate me, but
Wait, hold on,
wonder-
because like I don't like. Hold on, as somebody, I don't really like. I know you guys like this kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like for some reason, like all this kind of like these celebrities and shit. I don't even know who the fuck any of these people are. Hold on, Morgan. I don't even know who any of these fucking people are. So what I'm wondering is, what did you say? So one of these people that was mentioned was passed away 10 minutes away from you, or something? Is that what you said? Died 10 minutes away from you.
Anna Nicole Smith at Club Hollywood.
Yeah.
Who
That was
that?
me, Cage.
that's bizarre.
No, but I'm saying this is why. Like, I'm saying this is like a weird fucking simulation, because this is.
Ben, je trouve ça
I don't even know
spécial
what
que
that
tu
is,
grouilles
but
pour
then-
finir de bonne heure pour aller chez vous pendant ce que le gars il est là tout seul. Tu sais.
Oui.
C'est ça.
Hmm.
All right. D'accord.
I don't know what you said there, Mr. Pat, but your French is impeccable, sir.
Ben là, je trouve ça juste spécial, là, la manière que les choses ça donne. Tu sais, puis je pense que si je ferais ça, tu trouverais ça bizarre, toi.
Oui.
C'est très joli avec les fumées, non?
Ah ouais, je préfère mon verre.
How do you find these French streams and shit? I've found one French stream and since I've been on YouTube.
Comment allez-vous? Voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
It's like they live in a whole different dimension or something. It's hard to find them.
Yeah, no, they look. If your French isn't that good, you're probably better off not going into those streams. I
They
go
all
and listen
speak
to
English.
Italian ones as
They
well.
all speak fucking English, but if you don't speak
Well,
French, you're like, what are you, retarded? Like they look at you like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean?
But yeah, Cage, when I heard that news, man, it was a long time ago, but when I heard, Anna Nicole Smith collapsed in the Hard Rock, I was just like, all right, well, I know she was on, they say she was on all these drugs. She did seem to be like on all these drugs and stuff, but I was starting to become familiar with the endless world of conspiracy. And and I think I was starting to learn about MK, Beta, Sex Kitten, all that stuff. And Marilyn Monroe and her role, and I was starting to, I think at the time, hear things about Anna Nicole too. And again, I was probably like, I'm 30. I was probably like, I don't know, 15 at the time. When did she die? I don't even know. So yeah, I was literally just starting to get into. What was it?
I'm not sure. I actually can't remember the year, but I do know that there was also quite a lot of controversy over the estate of the old boy that she was married to.
I think we're all being fucking fucked with in some weird way. It's beyond. It's not even physically though. It's like it's an electromagnetic based.
No, you're right. Absolutely.
And I think everyone's being fucked with and this is not natural what's going on at all.
We're in an EMF soup for the technology to be fully functional, be able to be fully functional. So
yeah, it's definitely EMF soup.
Even the lights, man.
There's magnetomes and magnetite in the actual brain. You know the first radio design was actually based off a fucking human brain. Like there's ways to fuck with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, Pineal.
I wish I would have started to say that again.
The modern bulbs. Sorry, man.
Yeah, the li-fi. Yeah, I want to do a stream on all that too. The optogenetics, li-fi, and I plan to. I got to compile some stuff together. But
it's in True Stories. Baby, your mind is a radio. The receiver's in my head. I know everything you're thinking. Let me tell you what it said. It's a transmitter. Ba-ba-ba-da. I'm picking up something good. It's from True Stories. David Bryan, Talking Heads.
Nice. I like that.
Yep.
That's cool.
It's in the movie True Stories.
Right, okay.
It's a transmitter.
Wow, I've got so much I've got to remember to go and look at. Wow.
It's a transmitter. Is that one of those fucking Monarch? It's exactly. Is that one of those trigger fucking sentences and shit?
Oh, David would have a lot of that incorporated into his film. Yes, I imagine so.
Project Pegasus. No one even bothered to read it. What does it say? This is the web portal to receive news and information about Wasagio's request to lobby the U.S. government.
Every day
says web portal to receive news and information about Andrew D. Quest to lobby the U.S. government to disclose teleportation secret so that teleportation can be adopted on a global basis to help humanity or have planetary habituality in the 21st century?
No. Achieve planetary sustainability in the 21st century. Sorry, mate. I was just helping.
Please correct it. I was just trying to read it verbatim. Thank you.
No.
But here's the interesting thing. If you look at the purple part, you see there, it says, after the George part, it says the web bot analyzes the content of the World Wide Web and uses asymmetric linguistic trend analysis, aka ALTA, to predict future global trends. So I think they're alluding to something like ChatGPT, some sort of technology, some learning stuff, way before it was like available to the public. I'm saying they've been using this shit for a long time. This AI type shit.
Asymmetric linguistic trend analysis.
Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon they're
So,
over
so
100 years
that's the
ahead.
important part of like
Definitely.
this thing I seen here. Like, I looked at it. I'm like, what is this? Asymmetric linguistic trend analysis. Search that up. So that's probably how like these language-based models are created. This shit's probably been. Now they're giving it to the public for a reason, because we're being used, because we're using it and we're building it.
Yes.
And we're being used for sure.
Wow. Oh yeah, data mined.
Yeah, no, they're mining our minds.
Yes.
Exactly. Like they're trying to build. They literally call them neural networks.
Yes, you guys got it. Yeah.
So, just like the mind, like they're creating almost like a mind that's online.
Yeah.
It rhymes.
Yeah, it does. It does.
God damn it.
The internet of bio-nano.
Like
Internet
it'll be
of
like
living
the lawnmower
bodies.
man, but like
Well, yeah, Pioneer.
corporate.
They already know that they can store way more information on DNA than they can anywhere else, and that's what.
No, but
Right,
we have magnesomes and actual magnetron in our brain, and
Right.
I can show you evidence. It's true. You can literally inject shit into people, and we're not going to get that deep into it. And actually turn on. You can make them like remote after you have remote access to it. It's like access. It's like biohacking.
But that's what they want to do. Is they want to turn us into walking databases that they can store stuff on. And then
you
they
guys,
can just
are all wooed.
tap
Everyone's
in
all
whenever
wooed
they
about like a little
want,
deep
and
fake
we won't
saying
have
some
anything
funny
to say about it.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Everyone's all wooed by like a little deep fake thing, saying some funny fucking script. You know what these motherfuckers can do that are running this shit? They can literally hack into the fucking body. I'm not even joking.
I know.
Because it's also like another, it's hardware in the computer, either way, your body.
But hang on a minute. When they brought the internet out to us, they'd already been using it for quite some time. So they've been using this stuff, so they're way beyond what we think they're capable of.
Yes.
We know that.
Shout out to DARPA. Yeah. Shout out to DARPA.
DARPA.
What up, D?
We should finish this. Everything from this guy is great. I was still behind actually on the stream watching one of the last videos you were watching from this guy about a couple hours ago. So I'm kind of like bouncing back and forth, but great stream today. I wish I would have started the restreaming earlier, but yeah, good stuff today, OTW.
Definitely.
And Cage for bringing it forward.
Thank you.
Shall I continue?
Yes, indeed, sir. Please.
Yeah, Jared Leto cop this. I mean, is there a fucking jump room in the house? Is there? I didn't even think about that. Did they have a jump room in that movie studio? Boy, I don't even know. You see, this is where my brain just starts to do mad shit. But the fact he bought that house is weird, and he only copped it for $5 million. Like, I know that's a lot of money, but that's not really a lot of money considering where it is and its history. I mean, if you know anything about him in the first place, you know there's no way he ain't under some kind of MK. When he did that Dallas Boys film about the transgender person, he must have dropped to like a $105. He was skinny. He looked ill as shit. You can see here. And he's also done quite a few shoots with the infamous pedo Terry Richardson. And I've got no qualms calling this guy a pedo because you can just Google his name and see the amount of sexual abuse allegations fired at him. It's fucking disgusting. From what I've read, I think he's a high-level pedo, and apparently he's a procurer, and he was supplying children to a certain ex-president. So when Jared was shooting with for Suicide Squad, they made a point to plaster this all over the paper. Apparently these two were chilling, okay? And I'm not sure if this had anything to do with his Joker programming, but this is what got me. Check this in the paper. They call him Uncle Terry. If you didn't know, uncle is a code word for pedo, okay? You see in the films when they've always got that dodgy uncle that came over, it's always uncle. Uncle is a code word for pedo. which is why I decided to put this in here, because there's no reason to why are you calling him weird? They're not related. That's a code word, okay? That is a code word. And given some of the pictures and quotes you see from this man, I know exactly what he's about. I mean, I don't even want to talk about this demon too much, but if you're interested in him, all you need to do is one search, and you can even do it on Google, because they don't even censor the claims that have been flooded in against him, okay? Okay, we're kind of gone off topic with that Terry Richardson. Well, I mean, not really, but I mean, I'm almost certain that this man has his hand in beta programming, but let's get back to my original point of this video. Okay, see, this is the problem with this stuff. I'm just learning as much as you guys are right now. So I get an idea in my head for a video sometimes, and I research it, and I find like 20 other links, and then the video ends up 10 times longer, and I end up jumping up around all over the place. I need to mention that. So if at times my videos seem like they're all over the place, it's because this apparent separate information is in fact connected, and it's not separate at all. Everything is connected, which is what the whole point of this channel is. Is what I'm trying to show you. Okay, so let's have a little recap. We've got Alice programming based on a book made by a pedophile. Alice program is used to create beta sex slaves, okay? We know that this movie was created in Lookout Mountain Studio in Laurel Canyon, which is seriously suspect history. Some shady shit goes on there, okay? We know this studio was responsible for over 19,000 motion pictures in Hollywood. It was in operation from 47, and how many times is this year gonna fucking pop up? I'm almost certain that anything that happened in 47 was just fake at this point, for real. And we've also seen that the primary beta, the first prototype to take the world by storm, Norma Jane, aka Marilyn Monroe. We've seen that she had an authorized Pentagon ID from 1953, which gave her access to Lookout Mountain Studio, which happens to be located on Wonderland Avenue. Okay, now circle back to the original thought that started me with this investigation, okay? And that is the Playboy Mansion, the White Rabbit, of course. And I'm just going to cut straight to the chase here. Hugh Hefner was a high-ranking programmer handler with a degree in psychology, and the Playboy Mansion was nothing more than a beta house. Okay, and when I say a beta house, I mean a house where beta programming was implemented and maintained. So let's look at some of these playmates, because boy, when I show you how some of these have died, you're going to be like, what on earth is going on here? Okay, before we do that, first things first, shout out to fightingmonarch.com, because this is where I first saw this link, which opened up a whole can of worms for me. This is Bryce Taylor, and in her book, Thanks for the Memories, she details her experiences as a beta monarch sex slave, and she exposes her handlers and drops mad names in the book. Specifically Henry Kissinger and Bob Hope. She mentioned that she was abused in a home in Woodland Hills, and the author of this article at Fighting Monarch has made a connection to the playmate Patty DeFeck, who was also born in Woodland Hills, which apparently has a very tight-knit community. So his line of thinking was, if she was a ritual of MK Beta slave program in that neighborhood, then the Playboy model Patty DeFeck more than likely was as well. As you can see here, this is their thoughts on it, and I believe they are correct, honestly. And this obviously led me to look into Playboy straight away. And as soon as I found these two covers, I was pretty much a done deal from here. The Monarch Butterfly, of course. So much like Disney World, the Playboy Mansion has secret tunnels that run underneath it that lead to a bunch of celebrity houses, as you can see here. This came out in the news a few years back, and they tried to downplay it by claiming it was an April Fool's joke. Yeah, right, sure. Those tunnels are as real as the MK going on inside that house. And you can see the architectural blueprints here. Okay, so playmates. Holly Madison, who was married to Hugh Hefner at one time, she released a book called Down the Rabbit Holes. And on the front cover, she's doing the exact same pose as the Stepford Wives, which I've told you in a previous videos is what these programs are modeled on. And here's a weird ass picture of her in a butterfly dress, and whatever the fuck that is on the right, I don't even know. But that's just another ode to the butterfly and the monarch symbol. I don't like this picture at all, bro. It creeps me out, man. It really does. In her book, she basically just exposes all of Hugh's weird idiosyncrasies and reinforces the idea to me that he is most definitely a handler. When you read through some of the stuff that he used to put these girls through, shit is foul, like real foul. Like the only way you would stay there and be subjected to that type of treatment was if you were mind controlled. So check that book out for some surface level information on the topic. Okay, now Paige Young, the 1986 Playmate of the Year, shot herself in the head in 1974. There's that number again. Leaving a note that read, Hugh Hefner is the devil. As you can see here, it read that she killed herself next to an American flag and a pentagram that had been placed on the floor next to her. Need I say more? Really? I'm going to quickly fly through some of these Playmate stories and how they've died. Not going to go in depth on all of them because this video is already way longer than it's supposed to be, as per usual. I'm awful at keeping these videos short, so if you don't like the longer videos, I apologize. You know, there's just too much information to pack in. It's either that or I split it up into loads of different videos, and I hate doing that. I'd rather just slap it all in one, to be honest with you. Right, next, Ashley Mattingly, who also shot herself in the head at age 33. Sacrifice number. Funny that. It was all put down to drugs, obviously, as per usual, swept under the rug. There was Stephanie Adams, who died with her 7-year-old son plunging into a pool in New York. I mean, she plunged into a pool with her 7-year-old son at 47 years old. What? Why? What? Why would you do that? That is what? No, again, she was 47. And Paige Young, I forgot to mention, killed herself in 1974. So, you know, there's a general pattern coming on here with the 47s. Again. Holly Madison was also Miss March in 2011. The first woman we was talking about who was Hugh's wife, okay? Miss March in 2011. 211 is the 47th prime, okay? Again, no fucking surprise. If you've watched my Crowley 9/11 video, you know why they love that number so much, okay? They're obsessed with 47. Absolutely obsessed with it. The compass on the front of the Freemasonic logo is set at 47 degrees, for fuck's sake. Okay, next is Jasmine Fior, or Fire. I don't know how you say this, but Jasmine. Her body was found mutilated and stuffed in a suitcase. Listen to this. She was so badly mutilated and disfigured that they could only identify her by the serial numbers on her breast implants. Like, no cap, exactly what the story says. That's how badly mutilated she was.
That's crazy.
That's horrible.
Disgusting.
Good Lord.
Note, she also died at 32, right before her 33rd birthday. Same
Law
numbers
one,
over again,
33.
over and over again. 33, 47. I'm going to put the rest of these on the screen because honestly, I can't be going through all of these right now because there's so many and it just goes on and on and on. Okay, now the last thing I want to draw to your attention in this video is Hugh Hefner. Okay, he was born on the same day that Prince Philip died. Okay, Hef was also born in 1926, like the Queen. And 26 has deep, deep ties to the royals, okay? And we've been over this in previous video. Both of the Queen's coronations were written on dates 2/6 and 6/2.
That's crazy, man. You know,
26.
yeah, OTW.
Also note the Queen's coronation was the same year that Playboy was founded, okay?
Yeah, I'm listening.
53. 53 is the 6th.
I was just going to say Prince Philip died at 99 on the 99th day of the year. And 9 months and 9 days later,
the year that Playboy was founded. So the year that Playboy was founded,
Betty White died at 99 on the last day of 2021.
That's too many.
And then 9 months and 9 days after that, if I have it correct,
Marilyn Monroe was born
Queen
on the 1st
died
of June, whilst Prince Philip was born on the 10th of June. Both dates read 1/6 like 16. The 16th prime is 53.
Paige, can you pause it for a minute? Morgan telling us something about
prototype bunny.
Please,
You could say she was the inspiration for the look adopted by the majority of Playmates, okay? Especially people like Jane Mansfield, who also came to an untimely ending in a fucking car crash. Okay? Again, she was born in 26 and died in 62, Marilyn Monroe. Hef was born in 26, and the Queen's coronations were on a 2/6 date. The Queen was born in 26. There is a lot of connections here going on with Marilyn Monroe, Hugh Hefner, and royals. Okay.
All right. Anybody want to comment? Now's the time.
Well, Hugh Hefner did live in a Tartarian palace.
What I was thinking, I didn't even know the guy was that old. 1926, they're saying he was born. in that video. The 26 number. If you look into that, it's a
Yeah.
very significant number. And why do we know about him? Why the fuck do we know about him? You know what I mean? That means like there was something going on there. You know, in my opinion. It's like, why the fuck did anyone, even like the younger generation, anyone you just mentioned that name, they're gonna know about it because he's doing some weird. Yeah, because this shit is weird, man. These people are up to some weird ass shit, man. I'm telling you.
But I think they're actually. But I think they're conceiving them at a time so that they're born at a time. If you think about it.
Yes, indeed, correct.
But yeah, at the same time that whole thing happened with Prince Philip, you know, again, he died at 99 on the 99th day of the year. And it was right at the same time that DMX died on Lil Nas X's birthday. Lil Nas X was born in 99. And DMX's name, Earl Simmons, equals 99. But 9 is the number of completion. And yeah, it's just a mega ritual that it keeps going too. It hasn't stopped. There's been some other 99s all synced up. They kind of seem to tie together. I can't remember in 2023.
Yeah, just a random thought, Pineal. So Little Nas came into that thing the other week, all covered in pearls and, you know, glass beads and that.
Of course, his handlers dress him up and make him do whatever the fuck. He doesn't know what he's doing.
Very weird. What is that?
He's being used as a prop on a fucking string.
Oh, man.
But I'm saying that's how they use all these celebrities. If you haven't learned that's exactly what they're trying to say here, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly. Morgan, destruction of the sacred masculine and divine feminine.
Absolutely.
As per usual.
Well, they're inverting everything. So they're feminizing the man and then they're masculating the woman, which is
very evident.
Reverse. They love inversing.
Destroying the balance. Yeah, they're inverting it. Everything.
And so, you know, DMX was outspoken against, you know, what he would call, I'm sure, the homo agenda, you know, so to speak. And of course, Lil Nas X, obviously, you know, so he dies on his birthday.
He was twerking on the fucking devil. And I made a video, clipped up shit. This guy, he's completely
just disgusting.
You can watch. I've seen one of these videos.
I don't know how anyone can watch or listen to any of that.
But
I'm sorry.
saying they're doing it on purpose, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm aware of that.
No, but what is the reason behind it, though? You know what I mean? Like, look at the Baphomet. What is the Baphomet? It's a hermaphrodite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hermes and Aphrodite. Mixed together. So if you look into that, you get a hint into what really what it is.
Yeah, I think that confusion is probably too deep for here to talk about right now.
Yeah, all this stuff gives a new meaning to The Shining too, because as it pointed out, you know, Jack Nicholson was one who was believed to have an underground tunnel leading to the mansion. Yes. And so when you think about The Shining, I mean, just think about it, you know, for a second there.
Yikes. Ew, that's creepy.
Yikes indeed, Manel. Yikes indeed.
Good Lord. All right, let's carry on then, Cage.
But there's more. At the cherry on top, she died on August 4th, people, which, if you didn't know, is the 216th day of the year. And we talk about this number all the time because 6 times 6 times 6 is 216. Okay? It's also the 36 triangular number, meaning if you add 1 through 36, you get 216. It's also why Prince William was born on the date written 21/6. Okay? So Marilyn Monroe died the 4th of August. Okay, let's see whose birthday is on that day. Oh, look, Obama. Oh, look, another MM. Meghan Markle, another link to the royal. Remember, M is the 13th letter, so MM is 26. Remember, royal equals 26. So any MM royal is just an ode to that in and of itself. And come on, the fucking Queen Mother. Like, what are the chances of that? Seriously, there's too many links here to the royals and Hugh Hefner and Marilyn Monroe. And I'm not even done here. The Queen Mother was buried on the same day that Hef was born and the same day that Prince Philip died. Like, there is way too many connections to this 9th of April date and way too many 26s and 16s popping up all over the place. I hope you're keeping track of this because it is confusing, I know, but this shit is all connected. Run it back and listen to it again if you're getting confused. But the images on the screen should help you, okay? Now, I say all this to say that Hugh Hefner, Marilyn Monroe, the Queen, and all them lot, they're all bloodline. They all come from a certain bloodline. That's why all these dates are linked, okay? It's all about bloodlines. They're obsessed with them. There are certain bloodlines that have been
Oh my
hunted and
God, there's
preserved
all
for
the
thousands and
eights. I
thousands of
told
years.
you.
And the powers that be have the technology and black.
Let's make it fitting. Hit the fucking subscribe button right now. I know one of you guys listening is not subscribed. Everyone hit the subscribe button. Let's get this guy past 11. Let's get it to some weird number we can look into. Let's go.
Janos. Janos.
Projects like Oak Tree that can identify a child's DNA and bloodline before they're even born. Okay, but that's a topic for a later time. I don't want to go too far off in the deep end. But if you're interested in that, please research Project Oak Tree. Okay, let's get the basics out of the way. Playboy sums to 93 like Saturn and MK Ultra. It also sums to 33 like the age Ashley Mattingly was when she died. Okay, it's also got the 96 in there and Saturn is the 69. So there's a lot of reflections here. I mean, no surprise really. We know that the Laurel
93 like Catholic
goes down in 69. So there's another link, okay?
93 is also Saturn and the number of Thelema, the OTO,
Yes,
the people that run
Thelema.
Hollywood and politicians,
Indeed.
all that. The Order Templarientius or whatever. Thelema,
And
back to
then
that
when you
Crowley
add
shit.
it, yeah, and then when you add it together, it's your temples. It's Janos. It's the 1-1.
See, you got Saturn 93, MK Ultra 93, all this shit. Saturn 69. But that's in reverse ordinal. In English ordinal, it's 93. And the numbers, they don't just choose this shit like fucking, they don't pick it out of a hat, you know? They're doing it on purpose. So
I like how he just
understand.
uses the two most basic ciphers, the alphabetic order and the alphabetic order in reverse. I mean, some people will obviously go further, maybe use the four base ciphers, but
well, you gotta
he's
be
keeping
careful
it as simple as possible.
See, the issue with a lot of
absolutely.
people, they experience something called apophenia. And apophenia is like, the brain is pretty much constructed to create connections, right? It's a way of survival. So, like, you have to be careful between that. Like, I have discretion and discernment between apophenia and real.
Yeah.
Real
Apophenia,
connections.
pareidolia. I mean, these things are real.
Yeah, because it's just how the mind works, right? You're gonna make up like you can go and like get like lost in whatever in a bunch of nonsense and just put a bunch of shit together. It doesn't really make sense. Like you need shit that can actually stand, like something that just like it gets to the point where it's like, yeah, there's something there. You can't really like deny it. So, but at the same time, you can't just let whatever your program, whatever your programming is infect reality in a way where you're getting fucking deceived at the same time.
Yes.
You can get brainwashed into your own ideology and your own setup of your mind. Right?
Yeah, that's why I say keep it real. Keep it real. Should we get back to the show?
Yeah, man, bring it.
Remember I said Playboy was made in 53. That's the 16th prime.
Rolled up V-line footage.
Marilyn Monroe was born on the 1st of June, written 1-6. Yeah. Prince Philip was born on the 10th of June, written 10-6. All these links to 16s and 53s because 53 is the 16th prime. Yeah, well, 16 is also a 4-way match with Playboy. It's also the legal age to have sex in a lot of countries. So there's definitely that aspect to it as well, given that we're talking about beta slaves. Now, the main one I wanted to bring to your attention, Follow the White Rabbit sums to 233. And off top, that is so similar to 223 or the Skull and Bones number that I have no doubt is what it's secretly paying homage to, because in the last video, we spoke about the sphenoid bone, remember, which forms part of the protective encasing around our brain, which has direct ties and links to mind control. Surprise, surprise. MK Ultra with the C also sums to 233. Mind control. MK Ultra mind control with a C sums to 233. Okay, much like Follow the White Rabbit. Yeah. so does Fraternia Saturni, which is just another way to say the fraternity of Saturn, which I told you plays a pivotal role in the Alice story. Come on, people, this is all connected.
You know, it's very weird too. I know this guy Fred RC. He's like the Hermetic of the Order Golden Naga. You know, he came on my live once. I was talking to him. I brought up something about Saturn, you know, and he was like tripping out and shit. He was saying like people are like have been threatening his life and shit about it. Say he can't talk about it and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck?
What? What?
Yeah, it was weird.
Did he have a weird moment there? Something. He's obviously got some issues going on. Maybe he's being
There's something
deep.
There's something deep in Saturn. You have to look into Saturn.
Right. Okay. No, I'm sure there's energy everywhere.
You see,
missing children are also a triple match. Okay, notice the only variation is in the reverse reduction cipher where the numbers are mirrors 89 and 98. Now I've already showed you how Playboy Bunny and Mind Control are a double match. I popped that up earlier if you didn't see. Right here, Playboy Bunny and Mind Control, double match. Playboy Bunny also sums to 53, like the year the Playboy Mansion started. 53s all over the place, as per the numbers are connected. Finally, I wanted to show you this. Hugh Hefner actually sums to 64 and 35, okay? 35 we know is 53, and we know that's the 16th prime, and that's connected to the year 1953, which is the date that Playboy was actually made. And the 64, well, I just told you about the 64. He was born on the 9-4 date, which is just a 6 upside down. Okay, so obviously it makes sense that the Playboy Mansion also sums to 64, okay? His name contains 2 numbers that are directly linked to the place where he became famous for. I mean, coincidence? I think not. Honestly, I don't know how.
Honestly, I think we get the point on that one. This one seems interesting, though. We can continue after you guys want to talk for a bit. I mean, but this is the war on women, Satanism, and the rights of Baph or Bao, or whatever you want to call it. But there is a war. There is a war on women, and it's very important, and it's not talked about very often. You know what I mean, that's a very women are very important, and they get preyed upon, even with like materialistic shit. Like they have to pay more for everything. You know what I mean? Like what they're pretty. I'm telling you, because that's the best way to get to the men, right? You fuck with their money and their women and their mind control. Yep. That's it.
Yep.
Cage, you got definitely on point, man. You're on point.
And women are brought up in Mormonism and all that to be told they are objects. They're a possession. They're never, because it's like they're not to have choice. Like they're going to be given to someone to be married, or they're going to be bought by a man who is affluent already himself, is going to go and approach the father. And the woman doesn't have a say in whether she's going to sleep with that man and have his children, or they kill her in Sharia law.
That sounds like some fucking It's like what you're saying. The Mormons do the same thing.
They do that. They do the same. They do the same type of thing, meaning like you're not to have an easy life unless you conform with the going to the church, doing temple, right, and then with the underwear, any of that stuff, and you get excommunicated. And
it's very disturbing.
Yes. And the girls
like
don't have to be 14 years old if the parents sign a thing, and I don't know how they get around that, but that's the thing that is disgusting, and that usually gets the FBI in there. And with that Warren Jeffs guy, that's what got them in there on him. It's like what do you? It's like they're not even 14 yet, and like in Utah they're somehow protected, but then they get in, and it's like, no, we're doing this with our own cops. You can't have your own cops anymore. And they charged him, and they got him into prison finally, and he got out like 5-6 years later. Anyway, yes, they control women. They sell them.
Very disturbing.
Yeah. They say you work hard and I'll let you marry her, her, and her, right? Because they have polygamist wives, multiple wives. That's what they work.
Even OTW. Look at it. No one even fucking takes in OTW. The symbolism in OTW is fucking shit.
Yeah, the arrow pointing up.
It's a fucking page. It's a hexagon. Which is
it's a cube. It's the cube, guys. Come on.
Yeah. It's got connotations of your avatar
You got the
before the
three
one.
pillars. You got the fucking three
Yeah.
pillars. This guy accidentally made. I don't know if it was accidentally. It's probably purposely. OTW.
No, I did it on purpose.
I know
It was
you
on
did, you
purpose.
motherfucker. I know you did.
It's cool though, man. I dig it. I
It's
dig
only
it
for
a lot.
those to see. It doesn't
I dig it
matter.
Dude,
a lot.
when you have
The
this
symmetry
knowledge,
there.
I
normal
believe that you
here,
should
take away.
you should use it.
Wow.
Why not?
It's only
It's a
missed the
sigil.
one stripe on the right-hand side at the top is the only thing it's... Oh, wow. That's brilliant.
It is a
course
cage.
it is.
It's the cage, bro.
It's
It's
You
the
got a
six
window,
sides of the
though.
dice.
You got a window. You're allowed a window.
Yep. Yep. Oh, look at it. It's so gorgeous. Oh, my God. The doors keep coming. The cell, the door. Oh, wow.
You have
He's
some
going
fun with
nuts,
that,
aren't you?
man.
Enter it, Morgan.
I am smoking.
Morgan's
I just
freaking
mean
out.
wow.
He's seeing multiple things just in
Yeah.
one little drawing.
There's everything there. You know what you're understanding? That's the power of symbolism. You know what you can understand from simple symbols like that. Like I've showed you guys my symbol before. You remember the triangle with the 9. There's a lot of meaning within that. And, you know, this is more complex.
Wow.
Yeah, this is like the you're inside the house. You're in the cage. You're
It's the sigil. It's
it's
OTW
going inwards.
sigil.
It's going inwards, and it's
And
like going
upward.
upward. It's like it's the subway. It
Yes.
The subway. You said that on purpose too, didn't you, you fucker?
Yes, I did.
Cage, why didn't you play the last 2 minutes of that video? We watched 38 minutes of it.
Yeah, hold on. I'll bring it back up. Sorry, guys.
Oh,
Well, I have to get back to the fucking
screen.
screen. Give me a second.
No, I got it. Here it is.
it skipped to the next video. There was I think there was 2 minutes left.
I can go back to, yeah. We can end it. But it was pretty much
Was it content?
the end of the information.
Oh, okay. And he just gives his info and stuff.
This next one looks really good. I don't know if I can stay.
Right here. I don't know how you can rush.
Just play the rest of this, so we'll get closure on this
I
one.
really don't think you can. Okay. And remember, I told you that this 9/4 date seems to be attached to Hugh, Marilyn Monroe, and the Royals. It's an indication that they're all of this certain bloodline. Okay. And guess what? The divine bloodline sums to 49, which is just another variation of this date, or the 46. You know? And also, I don't think there's anything divine about this bloodline at all. We know that they're obsessed with inversion, so it's more than likely that it's an inverted bloodline of Christ, okay, which we know is propagated by one particular species from the Aldebaran constellation. They're obsessed with DNA. I don't think I have to name any names here. I think it's quite obvious.
I don't know. He should have named the names.
Yeah, I don't know about the last bit he said, but yeah, interesting.
Interesting.
Still got like 30 seconds left.
All right.
It's okay. I think it's good.
I'm going to look more into this connection between these lot because all these dates, it's way too fishy. All these 9th of Aprils, the 16s, the Marilyn Monroes, there's a lot of connections going on. The next episode, we're going to be checking out The Wizard of Oz. We're going to go into that a little bit. Show you some of the signs.
Yeah, we saw that.
That's why I stopped it, because I knew there was nothing of value at the end there. We probably what?
Kind of repeating, wasn't it?
Cage knows them by heart now.
No,
don't pass the vacuum, Pineal.
I know this guy fucking makes this shit. Like he hides like some good stuff in there, but the war on women, Satanism, and the rights of Baal, and that this should be good.
Yes,
should we proceed?
Yeah, go ahead. We still have 1 hour of broadcasting, man. Let's fill this in with this 45-minute video and then end the stream.
Might as well. It's a bit different, you know. It's a different
style.
Go
ahead. What the hell, man? I mean, we had like almost 40 people the whole way. It's pretty good.
100%.
Yeah, and it's laid out in
We're
the
learning.
mindset.
Shout out to numbers don't lie, man.
In any way, whatever.
Oh yeah, this is a real deal.
So, anybody have any
I can
comments
hear
before we begin?
No, I just said nice one. That's all.
All right, go
Yeah,
ahead.
eyes and ears
Cade.
open.
It is a fact.
Looks like it's gonna be
It's a
fire.
fact which has existed for several thousand years. I mean, when we talk about black magic, we are talking about Satanism, necromancy, alchemy, witchcraft, worship of Satan.
Right, so welcome back to the channel, people. Now, I've had this video in the pot for a minute now, and I'm really excited to present this particular section of my research to you. Because as per usual with all my videos, it touches and brings together lots of different things that we've been talking about over the past year or two. As you can probably tell, if you've been around here for a while, all of the information on this channel is holistic. As much as I try and break it up into separate topics, this stuff for the most part is best understood in conjunction with other topics, which is why I do not only stick to gematria on this channel, but I also touch on etymology, symbolism, and metaphysics. That is because these topics go hand in hand with one another. With that being said, today we're going to be looking at what I have decided to call the rites of Bath, okay, or the rites of Baphomet. The rites of Bath, that's with a PH or a TH, same difference, and I'll break that down for you shortly. What I'm trying to do with this theory is connect tons of separate dots and try to make some sense of particular strains of information that I've come across in my last 10 to 12 years of research. Now, this video is essentially a culmination of that research. So let's get right on with this, yeah? This is the War on the Woman, the rites of Bath, and the connection between demons and reptilians. So first things first, what we're going to do to start this video off, we're going to look at this character right here, William Shakespeare. Now, what I want to mention right away is that you can see the word spear in his name, okay? Now, in my previous video, I told you that spear is actually one of the etymological roots of cane, okay? The term cane means the spear bearer, the one who holds the spear. Given that William Shakespeare is without a doubt a pseudonym chosen for a specific purpose, it leads me only to believe that the term Shakespeare was picked to denote one thing and one thing only, which is, of course, that he was a cane seed. Now, old William here on the 23rd of April, which is the 113th day of the year. Now, this is very important, and all my gematria heads will already know straight away why this is important. 113 is literally known as the bullshit number, or the bullshit number, as I like to say. And it's known as the bullshit number because all of these correspondences here all sum to 113, and they all tend to have a meaning that generally tends to do with being not real, false, or lying. And of course, we're talking about Satanism in this video. Satan also sums to 113. Okay, so the picture here is quite clear and see what kind of energy the 113 brings. Okay, and remember, 11 times 3 is 33, which is a master number for them. Pixar also have a weird obsession with this number. It's all over their films. They love a bit of 113 programming. I'll show you some images here. They say it's a joke to do with the animation room that they all shared at college. No, it's not. Everyone at Pixar is a fucking Satanist. So that's pretty much what that's about. You can't be in Disney and not, you know, be riding out for Satan. It's that simple. You've seen the porn in Disney. I don't need to explain this to you. This is very simple stuff. The Baphomet also sums to 113. Now, this is very important, and we'll swing back to this shortly in more depth, but I just want you to know right now, Satanist and Baphomet both sum to 113, along with all of these other numbers that are related to dishonesty and lies. Remember, William Shakespeare was born on the 113th day of the year and is no doubt part of the club that worships Baphomet. Right, now, I'm sure you've all seen this quote before. All the world is a stage. Well, this quote is originally from a Shakespeare play called As You Like It. And it seems like a pretty fitting quote to encapsulate the space we live in at the moment, given that we have been lied to for millennia. If you are unaware, in Shakespeare's time, all of the female parts were played by male actors. Now, this is very important because it sets the foundation for what we're going to be discussing today. Because as we know, this practice of men dressing up as women and going on stage and vice versa has not gone anywhere. It's just been rebranded and given a new shiny name in the 21st century. And that name is Hollywood. Now, in light of this, I want to draw your attention to the quote-unquote most famous painting in the world. Not my words, by the way. This is literally according to the art community. Is, of course, the Mona Lisa. Now, is it just me, or is this quite literally the most boring, lackluster painting you have ever seen? Because, I mean, I've never understood why this is so notorious. Why is this painting so famous, you know? Apparently, it was an example of mastery of the human anatomy and natural realism, and was praised due to a specific technique called sfumato, which is best described as the technique of allowing tones and colors to shade gradually into one another, producing softened outlines or hazy forms. Now, sfumato was one of the most standard modes of painting during the Renaissance and was apparently perfected in the Mona Lisa, which is why they say this painting is so famous. However, I don't believe a single word of that. I think there are probably a lot of better paintings out there that show this example of this particular style. And the reason Mona Lisa has been forced into the spotlight is because of what I'm about to tell you. Guys, have you ever seen Da Vinci's work, St. John the Baptist? Well, here it is. The model for this painting, St. John the Baptist, was Da Vinci's apprentice called Caprotti, who was also his suspected lover. Now, do you notice anything similar about St. John the Baptist and Mona Lisa? Yeah,
The
it's
eyes.
same face, which can only mean that Caprotti modeled for both John the Baptist and Mona Lisa, making Mona Lisa a man dressed as a woman. Surprise, surprise. Now, the most accepted theory on Mona Lisa is that the painting's model was a woman called Lisa Gerardi or something, the wife of an Italian silk merchant. Now, their home actually went up for sale, this woman who was the supposed model for the Mona Lisa image. Guess how much their historic villa was put on the market for? $11.3 million. There goes that 113 yet again. This stuff is not a coincidence, okay? And there are many, many historians out there that agree with this theory, which essentially postulates that Mona Lisa is a drag queen. Now, using some of the ciphering techniques that I've been showing you guys recently in my videos, we can actually cipher two words out of the names Mona and Lisa, which are man and lies. Mona can be ciphered down to man, and Lisa can be ciphered out to lies. Remember, vowels are interchangeable, and the consonants are the root. The root of Mona is MN. The root of man is MN. The root of Lisa is LS. The root of lies is LS. Mona Lisa, man lies. As I previously mentioned, in Shakespeare's plays, the men would...
That's because in Hebrew, you can reduce it to that, and English is this is what's called spelling. It's been created in a certain manner where, the vowels can be removed from from English. And
Absolutely, yeah, for sure, yeah.
And then you can it's like a part of the cipher, like a part of
You
the
can take the
decoding.
S's off most words as well. They still say what they mean.
It's not that. It's about the consonants. It's not about the vowels, right?
I know. I just mean like it's the vowels you can take away, but it's like smelt, melt. Just my best example. Smelt, melt.
Yeah. How about Smurf? Murph?
Yep.
We've gone full circle, Patrick.
That's not the point of it, though. It's a little different than that. But you can write it out and look into it.
Right.
I was just lightening the mood because we got all serious there.
I thought it was good. Who can turn a man into a mane? Who can turn a plan into a plane? I tell you, it's that silent E.
This is true. Very true.
Yes.
It's just
Alright.
like the
in fact,
S
play the women.
in Superman,
It's now
but
the
it's not
21st century,
Superman.
and we have Hollywood, aka Hollywood, aka
It's
Hollywood, aka
Serpent
Holy
Man.
Phallus. And nothing has changed from Shakespeare's time. The men are still playing the women in more ways than one. But it doesn't just stop there, okay? Now, I want you to watch this clip.
Holy
the trans business across Europe is astonishing. I had a paper some months back where I looked at some of the royal families of Europe going back over the last 100 years.
Yes. Yes.
And you
No
can,
one looks like
they
Henry
jump out at you. The male qualities, they are actually comical.
I mean, isn't that, but it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, the royal families of Europe are full of, you know, trannies, basically. Trans people, transsexual. I mean, that's kind of mind-blowing, right? Really?
It is. Now, you could imagine that would have been feasible in the old days, before the use of photographs and video and all of that, where the people wouldn't get to see them very often. And when they did, they wouldn't get much chance to study them.
Yeah, yeah.
And when the camera became available and video and film footage became available, we had a brief window where we could see them in the raw, if you like. But in the last 20, 30, 40 years, they appear to have greatly improved the quality so that they're much more convincing transgenders now.
Yeah.
And of course, they carry out more surgery on them now. I would recommend, if you're interested, to go out and check some of the junior members of the British royal family.
Oh, yeah.
The ones who are around 5, 6, 7, 8. They are just like little boys, you know.
Yeah.
But by the time they're 13, 14, 15, between the chemicals and the hormones, the surgery and so on, they will be more convincing females than they are at the moment.
Yeah, it's just such a strange thing to do, you know, for just normal people like us. We just think, why would anybody want to change their gender or pull out, you know, try to do this deception? And now, do you think it's something they have to do to please their gods, right? Their master?
I think it is. I think it's part of this cult, club, society. You know, Mrs. Thatcher made a famous remark years back. She was one, and she spoke about a certain person who was getting above a station, and she was saying, he is not one of us. And, you know, at the time you would tend to think, well, they're speaking only of the power elite. But now that we have a different coloration on that now, because we see it could possibly mean that he wasn't a member of this club.
One of us, yeah.
Oh my God!
So they're in some club.
And I think the Mitfords used to have a term, you and non-you. The you being us, and of course the non-you being the rabble.
They really look like blokes.
And if you're one of us, then of course there must be some physical evidence that you have joined this club. Now, I don't think all of the males have to do it, or even all of the females, but I do. It is quite obvious, the more I study this, these people hate natural women.
Yeah.
They hate natural childbirth, they hate natural marriage, they hate natural families.
Yes. Is that their hatred of humanity in general, or what is
well,
that all
it seems to be whether Satan hates women more than men, and this is carried through, or whether it's part of a general strategy that they are following to wipe out the family, separate sex and marriage, separate the rearing of children from their parents, so that the state raises and brainwashes the child, and where generation takes place without the uterus, because the striking feature of an androgyne is the thing you can't see. They don't have a uterus.
Great point.
You know,
but they always pretend like they do. The fake pregnant bellies. They have fake pregnant bellies.
Yeah, the fake pregnancy. But this is what they all have in common. The men who are men don't have a uterus, and the women who are actually men don't.
Yes.
Now, after watching that video, all I was led to think was, why is this cross-dressing business so prevalent among so many high-ranking members of society? Why are all the upper echelons out here dressing like women? Now, given that we know that the woman is Earth, our planet is a feminine entity, and I've already told you guys before that heart is an anagram for Earth. So clearly we should be treating the woman and the Earth with love, directly from the heart. Evidently, looking at the state of the world, it's clearly not how women are treated at the moment. And these Kabbalists know that if you attack the woman, you simultaneously attack the Earth and the heart. And all this is nothing new. I explained this to you in my video when I touched on Grenfell. The woman has been demonized throughout many different cultures and religions all over the world. I mean, why did Satan deceive Eve and not Adam? Why was it Pandora that opened the box and let out all the evils onto Earth? The idea of original sin always seems to be anchored back to the woman. This attitude has had a trickle-down effect into our society, and we can see it play out today very easily. So clearly there is some kind of malevolent force out here that is directly attacking the idea of woman. And we can see that even clearly now, like in 2023, when they can't even tell you what a woman is anymore. It's ridiculous. They have no definition for a woman or a man for that fact. So these magicians, these Satanists, these Kabbalists, these warlocks, these wizards, they're attacking women, and the result is a collective of people pumping plastic into their face and bodies, covering their face in makeup, and working themselves into an early grave in a sorry attempt to try and look like one of these androgynous celebrities. Yeah, one of these A-listers that we all seem to idolize so much. Now, again, we're asking why. Why is this so prevalent? Why is cross-dressing so prevalent? And this leads me nicely into the second part of the video, where we are going to touch on what I like to call the rites of Bath, or the rites of Baphomet. So all of this cross-dressing business and cross-sex business is a direct head nod to whom? Baphomet, of course, who is quite literally the figurehead of Satanism. And remember, they both sum to 113. I mean, the amount of times you will see Baphomet presented to you in Hollywood is just stupid. I mean, it's everywhere. Movies, TV shows, music videos, you name it. And
I'm a surprise, Kevin. They don't see me coming.
Satanism go hand in hand. There would be no Hollywood without Satanism. It's literally its backbone.
I think people are curious how a guy, you've sold how many records?
28 million.
And made millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
How do you end up in here?
I think everyone who's watching knows how I ended up in here.
I don't know if they do.
I'm pretty sure they do. Anytime you get it, I'm pretty sure they do. You know, there's how do I end up in here?
Never let anyone, something another woman friend of mine, Joy, told me, never let anyone take you off your square. And if it feels uncomfortable, then you are probably not in the right place. You know, just don't sell your soul. You know, and men and women do this. You know, I would say even to young boys. I've seen young boys get turned out in this industry too.
You see the fucking synchronicity? I would just show DMX right after I brought him up.
He's right about that.
What happened, you know what I'm saying? BET, they had a nigga about to perform up there, whatever. But under the circumstances of me performing, I couldn't fuck with that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because they were trying to get a nigga to do some off-brand corner shit. my soul from the red carpet of publicity stunts. Yeah, you feel me? Let's do some real nigga shit right now. I gotta fuck with Supper Club because at the end of the day, when I wake up, I know they all fuck with me and I fuck with y'all.
Kendall Jenner gets vampy. Kendall keeps it goth in the Twilight-inspired shoot.
And there's also parts in the album where you speak to Lucy. Lucifer.
Yep.
The devil. So you
it's trippy.
You see both sides of it.
Yeah, man. It's when I go inside, I may do an after party. I see it all around, man. I may do an after party, and this is how I'll be able to write these records, because it's not just the positive energy that speaks to me, it's the negative too. It's the evils too. And we all have temptations.
Right.
You know, me, I'm just fortunate enough to translate them temptations through record.
Right.
You know, I always said that this is truly a gift for me. Putting these records out is a gift for me, because I'm not only a voice for myself, but I'm a voice for people who can't express themselves like that.
Right.
And Lucy is one of my favorite records because it's me actually coming to realization of the evils rather than act like it's not going around. My thoughts are not happening. My thoughts are happening right in front of my face. I gotta present them.
That reminded me in a way, and not to compare it to anything, because I do think this is an original, maybe one of the most original works we've seen in a long time, but it reminded me a little bit of Snoop.
Yeah.
And Murder Was the Case, where he had that conversation with the devil, with Lucifer, and that temptation was in his face. And of course,
Lucifer Morningstar, is that a stage name?
God-given, I'm afraid.
Why don't you tell me something? How did she end up dying in a hailstorm of bullets and you get away without a scratch?
The benefits of immortality. What will your corrupt little organization do about this?
We're done here.
Someone out there needs to be punished.
Stop caring. You're the devil.
America's most watched network unveiled its fall primetime lineup last night, including 7 shows making their debut. Among them, the highly anticipated comedy Angel from Hell.
We're never supposed to intervene in a human's life.
Oh, is that some sort of angel rule?
As a matter of fact, it is, yes. We're supposed to help from afar. Be subtle about things, you know, like implant an inspirational thought or nudge you towards the conditioner that would give your hair that perfect bounce.
The Pantene?
You're welcome.
2 stars from the upcoming series on the Sci-Fi Network, Childhood's End. Sounds interesting just from the title alone, but it's a unique series, guys. Is it kind of like a mini-series?
Yeah, absolutely it is, yes. But nice. I think I like the format of it. It's you know, 3 nights in a row.
I play, as you say, a character called Corellin, who is an overlord. And the overlords come to Earth at a time when there is economic crises, wars, disease. The world's in a very bad way. Arthur C. Clarke wrote that in 1954. Here we are in 2015. We have economic crises. We have people with not enough food to eat. We have an increasingly serious war going on in the Middle East. So, you know, anyway, what happens is that these superior beings come to Earth to supervise the running of the planet. And we eradicate disease, economic crises, wars, and create a utopia that lasts for 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
But utopia comes at a price.
Of course.
Wow. So I'm gonna just in case you
Such a light
didn't know.
beauty. And I still work in the film and
Arthur C.
television
Clarke
industry.
is also
And I have
a
actors that we see
painter.
on TV every day that are my friends, and I'm in their homes. And I know that they ain't got no money. I've been over rappers' cribs that will go on MTV cribs talking crazy. And I've been in the house like, word, you living a little bit better than me. Because it's all based off perception. Even going back to what the brother talked about with the homosexuality with the rap, here's the kicker. It's not that the rappers are gay. That's not it. That's a misconception. What it is, it's about control. See, that's what makes it, that's why you see so many buffoons nowadays in television and film doing things that we know, like, wow, Jamie Foxx, you would say that? Wow, Jay-Z, you would actually sit there and do an anti-Semitic commercial? Because they're in a bind, because see, Jay-Z's not gay. I'll use him as an example. He's not gay, but once you reach a certain level within that weapon of mass destruction, you have to give something up. There's something that you're going to give up because you got to be down with that crew. And how do I know? Because it happened to me. That is why I'm standing here talking right now. I reached a certain level in that station. I was the only producer to ever come as a new kid and create a multi-million-dollar revenue generating show. So it's not even reality television. But they understand that majority of us, whether we like it or not, are lazy as hell on a spiritual level. We think because we work 3 jobs that now I'm not lazy, but spiritually, psychologically, the masses are lazy. But the majority of us, and I know it's going to be kind of harsh, but the majority of us will never fulfill our dreams. So we'll never be in a position to say what we would or would not do. You understand what I'm saying? We'll never be in that position. Because before I got there, I would say the same thing until I got there. You understand? So I literally lived the devil taking me to the mountain and saying, you need to go to the left. You can have all of this. And I was there. It was ritualistically done. The vice president sent his right-hand man to me 3 straight weekends. They do everything in 3s. But now it's time for them to introduce me to the inner workings of this monster that's created. And that's why nowadays we see people caught up on secret societies, but it ain't no secret if everybody's talking about it. As a television producer who was Dave Chappelle's stand-in, which means I did his rehearsals season 1 and 2 of Chappelle's show. I saw what happened to Dave. Dave used to give me advice all the time. And one of the key things he told me was, no matter how much money they offer you, and he said they, as he pointed to my chest, he said, never forget who you are or where you come from. And he walked away from me. And I didn't get it at the time until the nigga left. And I said, oh. And him and Charlie Murphy would tell me the same things all the time. And then I got it. This is a war. And these cats are sorcerers. And we need to take, and I know the words magic and sorcery takes people to make you think that I'm talking about the Eastwick Chronicles or Harry Potter, but this is real because it's affecting our babies. So when they see all these signs visually that say whatever has happened in urban America as far as the perception on television and film, I was basically the fly on the wall. That's why this brother is so correct. There you go, was so correct when he says we are at war. And I know it's somewhat difficult to believe that a war can be anything other than physical, but it is.
Yeah, we already know that Hollywood is riddled with inverts. All the men are women and the women are men. And I've previously touched on this in my video about divine androgyny. The rites practiced by the ancient fertility cults and how it is linked to the number 77 and the divine androgen. Now, of course, these same traits of androgyny can be seen on Baphomet. And we know this because it has a phallus and breasts. Now, Hollywood worships Baphomet because they practice the rites of the divine androgen. Okay, this is what it all comes back to. Remember that Hollywood is really holy wood, as in holy phallus. As you can see here, the Baphomet has the holy wood. It is made very
Hello,
thick.
weird.
It doubles up as a caduceus, and we can see the snakes spiraling around it, wrapping around the phallus. 2 snakes which I believe to be indicative of 2 genders. And I also believe this symbolism of the twin snakes also represents the same symbolism of the twin pillars of Jachin and Boaz that we see in Masonry, each pillar representing a different sex. The rites of Bath, or the rites of the divine androgen, are linked to Elohim, and I will explain how. The prefix El is masculine, so when this title is used to refer to Baal and Saturn, we're talking strictly in the masculine sense. However, when we add the Ohim onto the end, which is feminine, the term becomes androgynous in itself. In fact, Elohim is one of the first examples of divine androgyny. In the Kabbalah, Elohim refers to the multiple perfect unity, or the divine androgen, who is not an individual or a great man in the sky, but a supernal intelligence. Okay, this is very important because we see a direct link here between a form of higher intellect and this idea of androgens. Elohim is neither male nor female, but both. Elohim is not one, but many. And this is why the passage below speaks with a pluralized perspective. Following this logic, if we look at those passages, specifically Bereshit 1:27, we see that it reads, God, Elohim, thus created man with his image. In the image of God, Elohim, he created him, male and female. He created them. It should be clearly noted that the scripture states that man was created in the image of the Elohim as male and female. He created him male and female, androgynous. Now, this Adam or ADM character is also known as Adam Kadmon, which is essentially the divine light without a vessel. And the idea of Adam Kadmon is more of an anthropomorphic one. However, when it manifests, it has previously been
the atom. Right. But yeah, much love everybody on the stream. If anyone wants to have some, dialogue on here, we'll continue it. There's still about 12 minutes left. $16 or something.
Oh, press play.
Been captured as an androgen. Now, there are many Elohims in the church. In fact, for instance, let's look at the Catholic Church, and we find that it is comprised solely of a load of 50-plus-year-old men with homosexual preferences, and this is a direct link to their contact with Elohim. Performing these rites, okay, the rites of El, or the rites of Bath, or the rites of the divine androgen, polarizes the natural sex of the practitioner. The practitioner literally becomes the Baphomet, or the divine androgen, embodying both masculine and feminine energies. They become the hermaphrodite, the 77. Right, now let's circle back to Baphomet for a second, because this is the most important version of the divine androgen to examine in light of our current system, I think. And what I mean by this is that pretty much our entire entertainment system, political system, education system, and banking system is run by the very same people that worship Baphomet. Now, we really need to look at this word and break it down to get the full understanding of it. And we can do this in a couple of different ways. Firstly, we need to examine this term, Bath. Notice that PH is phonetically very similar to TH. So Bath can also be understood as bath, as in B-A-T-H, as in literally a bath of water. If you're from the north of England, you actually say bath as bath. So all of this is connected. Why is this important, though? Well, this is important because there is esoteric relevance behind the idea of a bath. Okay, let me break it down. A common theme in these secret societies is the idea of purification. Okay, an initiation into the mysteries metaphysically cleanses the practitioner from your past life. You go from profane to in the know, basically. You go from dark to light. This is why all new Masons are metaphysically killed and reborn when they first join.
Why'd you pause it, Cage?
Yeah, that's really interesting, though.
We delve deep.
Oh no, what's going on?
Exploring the realms of
Oh
mysticism.
dear, we've looped. Totally looped.
In today's episode, we present a book that intertwines the mysteries of Egypt and Israel, weaving together cosmic forces.
I don't know what happened, but it's missing a few minutes of that video, unfortunately. What's going on, Cage?
I think that was going into the fake, the AI.
Welcome to the stream, Snafu.
Hey guys, Hey man, good talk, good conversations, and I just was gonna let you know, OTW. The other day when you asked me like how I got involved, I just posted a link in your channel. My channel 6 got hit last night because of the video. Well, not that video, but videos on my channel. But when you asked me the question I had, when you get extra time or if you want to play it, you should definitely watch what I sent you, man. That's gonna explain a lot. They deleted channel 6 last night, and it's only going to ramp up. So keep doing you guys' thing, man.
Yeah, we're trying to navigate smoothly, not trying to ruffle too many feathers.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. But no, I wanted to let you know, OTW, I was going to try and email you, but when you asked me the other day, the video I just sent you is a perfect explanation of everything. And it's not one that will get banned or anything, or you won't get in trouble. But I just
I got
yeah, I
the
wanted to
video
make
back,
sure you got it.
OTW. What's up, Snafu? Have you been listening in? Or you just jumped in now? Taking in the information at all or no?
Yeah, well, that anyway, I'll be checking that, probably bringing it up tomorrow on the next Grand Rising show, because we'll be shutting down in about 20 minutes, so now I don't have time to get into the nitty gritty of it. But it's been an awesome stream, like always. Like we always have epic streams over here, and we've had an awesome audience all the way through. It's been a great day. We're at like 7 hours and 41 minutes into the stream. It is presently 2:11 p.m. here at Eastern Time, Canada, Montreal. It is May 18th. It is presently 13 degrees Celsius outside, and it's sunny, right? So, yeah. Make sure you guys get some sun today.
I had to throw the
you can.
13 in there just to rub it in.
Patrick, it's 1911 here. But
the
yeah,
synchronicities are just piling on top of each other.
It's a fucking simulation.
You
What do you
can't
expect?
make it up, can you?
It
Wow.
gets annoying. You know what? Like, I don't know. Like, you know what I've experienced personally? I experienced this shit when I was, a very young, kid, technically. And what happened was, you get what you want through it. You manipulate it in a certain way. You get what you want through it, and then you kind of ignore it, and then it comes back, and it's like, yeah, you can't really do that. Like, you can't. Like, I feel like you get used to something. It's like you can't get used to any kind of thought.
Cage,
You get
is it
fucked
like
at the
when
end.
once you see, you can't not see anymore? If you know what I
course
mean.
you can't.
Yeah, and then you ignore
always
it.
there.
I'm saying, like, people kind of ignore
Yeah,
it
you
on
try.
purpose after.
Yeah,
you kind of ignore it on purpose after because it's just
and
so
then
annoying.
it goes, no, you can't. You're not allowed. You've got to keep seeing it, and you
Yeah.
sit. So I've been watching this thing called Millennium. I think I might have mentioned it before, and it's kind of like that. Frank Black, he can see stuff, and his daughter can see stuff, and it's it's very out there. But yeah, it's fascinating. But yeah, I see stuff, and I can't always determine what it is until it happens. Oh, okay, Fringe. I'll have a look into that. I'll have a look. Yeah, nice one. Come on, gents.
Come on, people. It's time to pipe up. Anybody got any last things they would like to say or add? You're muted, Morgan.
Good stuff, Morgan. Good stuff.
You're muted, Morgan.
I'm lip reading.
You're muted.
I can hear him. I can actually hear exactly what he's
I
trying to
can't
say.
hear him.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I
Morgan.
lip read it all.
The mind.
I can fucking give you subtitles.
Oh yeah, I hear him now.
What's the mind? The duality of the
Yeah.
priest. That they bring them with the sexuality near the end because it has practical applications in being able to channel the spirit of Baphomet don't take anything I say as evil. I'm just going to be factual for a second. To channel the spirit of Baphomet, you must have the mindset of the man and the woman and have them in balance.
Morgan, where's the Baphomet statue? Can we see it? I know you have one somewhere. Let's see your
Your
offering,
Baphomet's,
Morgan.
your Baphomet's
Yeah,
right there. Like, I had the mark of cross on my I had the mark of Cain on my forehead.
Yeah, the
I
Baphomet.
can't.
You just showed the cross. You showed the cross.
But that's it, Morgan. Just like the
He's
Christ
being
is your
honest.
spine.
At least he's being honest with it. He's showing the cross.
Yeah. So,
There you
so
go.
mine falls, like, you know, like I was raised to be a male girl in the MK. I would have sex with all the other prominent men in town,
Wait,
like children when I was a child as well.
You're saying you're a victim of this all? You got MK'd?
Yes.
And one of the people
Oh
they
man, I'm
mentioned,
so sorry.
and one of the people
I'm
they
so
mentioned died 10 kilometers away from you. You said, or something.
That was Anna Nicole, yeah, who I would say went through the same thing I did, yeah. Except she carried on.
So how weird? Why is this happening right now? You know, that's very odd how this came up.
Because
I'm pretty sure
it's a deceiver, and it's
the lady on here brought it up, and then we just delved deeper into it.
It's addictive. It's addictive power. So imagine when they start gripping a bit of it, and they're like, "Hey, we've never had this much of a grip on society and whatnot before." When you think of like the banking and men having power, and then realizing there's something more behind this, we could get it all if we just went one step further. Now you have these entities and actual spirits saying, like that exist, and like, you know, that's right. You could,
Morgan, I'm
you will have that.
sorry you had to go through that, my brother, but
Yeah,
these
same
motherfuckers
man.
gonna pay.
Really
They're
sorry.
gonna pay for that. But do you ever remember any sort of owl symbology going on?
No.
There's lots of owls, man. You normally see them on people's houses in their
What do you
yards.
mean, no, man? Now, how do you know?
Like how it wasn't in Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. You notice them a lot more like that. Like when you're out walking.
Bohemian Grove, Randonautica, Beast System, subliminal messaging.
Well,
the
no,
owl.
but the owl is always prevalent though. So
Yeah, the owl is very big in the beast. The owl is a big
They use a lot
symbol
of
in the beast
symbols.
system. It starts from Bohemian Grove to even like that Randonautica app. The owl.
No, but we got into that. We watched the video, and they're saying like there's no really historic things you could point at with the owl being related to Moloch, but it's really just Moloch is a representation of that, or it's like Mithras.
It's Moab,
but it's also represented as a bull or an owl or a bunch of other things.
It's
you know?
their ball.
But
It's
they use
ball.
many animals.
ball.
They use the snake as well, and the eagle,
of the
and they invert all these
It's the
things.
same shit. It's all the same nonsense.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just gonna ramp up the closer we get, guys. In my opinion, the messaging, the optics, everything will ramp up. But anyways, I gotta go, man. Much love, OTW panel. Good as always to hear you guys talk and shit. And yeah, check that video out, OTW, and all you guys. I put it in the chat too. But they
All right, cool.
these people are out there,
man.
man, and it's real. But take care, guys.
Are you gonna appeal, Snap? Are you gonna appeal? Or are you just gonna let
There's
it
no
ride?
point because Mike Strutton works with YouTube and like he talks to. Well, he was talking to the head chick before she stepped down. I mean, this is them. I mean, we're showing you with a microscope who the players in the game are that are running the, you know, the show, so to speak. So with Snafu 6, I mean, it's bad, dude. There's stories I'll tell you. Like one time we were going live, and on my end it showed live, but the other end it was black and said file not sport. You know, these guys are hitting us. But like I said, over the years we've collected evidence, as you could say, of the hacking, tracking. But this is what the guy's patent says, and he's linked to YouTube. So there's no point of filing because it's not gonna work.
I admit it.
Have you ever tried to appeal?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. The first 3 channels, you know, after the third, I was just like, you know, this is dumb. But then when we found out 100% that Adam and Mike Strutton were calling YouTube and talking to the heads over there, and there's no point. Like you know, once you're over target, dude, they got you, man. Once you're over target, they got you.
You want your channel back? Here you go. Your channel's back. Watch. Do it again. You're gonna get an email now. It's gonna say your channel's back.
Bro, not with my ordeal, bro. We're calling out some of the biggest. Like I said, the video I put
How much
in.
you want to bet? You want? I'll do it. Just
I put $1 million on it right now, dude. $1 trillion bucks because these guys are these are linked to Hillary Clinton, link to John Benet Ramsey, link to Oracle, the #2 data collection agency in the world. And these are active YouTubers right now
You can
playing
get
the game with us.
you think yeah, but YouTube is a part of your mind either way. So
No, dude, these are CEOs, executives. These guys are fucking. These guys are the ones who write the programming. They're the
No,
ones who write the
that's a
script.
program that's in your mind saying something is outside of you. That's just, it's controlling you.
Trust me, Cage. I wish, dude. I would try anything I could. Like I said, my first channel was 10,000 subscribers. I'd keep it, but the truth, you know what? The truth, yo, is more important. And so, like, they could kill me. They could take all my channels down. But as long as the truth, yo, stands,
All right. If you
that's
really
all that
want your
matters.
channel back, go and oppose it right now. And I
Cage,
promise
I will
you, you're
oppose
gonna
it,
get
but
a
I'm
fucking-
telling you, Mike
do it
Strutton.
right now. Go
Look
do
who
the
Mike
fucking-
Strutton is, and you will realize it's not gonna work, buddy.
Okay,
These
well
guys,
then-
these guys
okay,
are
so
fucking
humor.
the CEOs. These are
All right,
them.
but Snafu, this is the point of reality. You're so convinced that it's never gonna work that you won't even consider doing it right now. Do it right now, and then tell me after. Prove it to
Okay, I
yourself.
will. I will. You know what? I will.
Right
But
now, as you speak, I'm saying right now.
What do you have to lose, man? Other than a little bit of wasted time, whatever.
nothing. I'm gonna do it.
Get it back. It's not fucking hard. It's fucking stupid.
Trust me, I won't get it.
It's in
I
your
won't
mind
get it
on
back.
the internet.
Cage, you might
Who
want to
gives a
watch
fuck?
the video I put in before you tell me. Again, these are big. This is the #2 data
I'm
collection
telling
agency in the
you,
world.
you can abuse these people.
You want it not to come back? Like, are you like, that was so good? I'd be insulted if they didn't
Our
stand that
device.
one.
Once you know the game, like they know they can't even touch you after, because you don't fall into their fucking trap, where you agree to it. So you
Well,
simply
that's why
just
I'm on
destroy
channel.
me.
Unlike others, I'm on channel 6, going on 7, going on 8, going on 10. Like
You
I
can't
said,
fucking
if I
play
wanted
games
to,
with the game master. How can you play a game when I constructed the game? So
well, you're doing content? Are you, Cage?
not like that.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say because
But
like
here,
I'd like to see people push the buttons or push
message
the
from OTW, over here. So
Push the button.
push the limits, I should say. Because I always say when you comply, you die, man. And following guidelines, policy, YouTube, it's just another way of saying, hey, let's sign off to fucking be censored. Let's sign, it's just comply, you die, so to speak, and it's just a propaganda programming way. More people say, oh, well, I get my message out if I comply to the guidelines because, oh, we still got the channel, we get the viewers, but my opinion, that's just showing that you're going to comply to their guidelines, their policies,
what I
their
noticed?
agenda.
The more you're
So.
scared of them, the more power you give them, regardless. And
I ain't scared of them.
I went live before and I showed the craziest shit ever that anyone else would get banned for. I do whatever the fuck I want. I tell them fucking ban me. I call them pussies. I tell them
Same here, buddy.
I know they're listening.
No, they are. Oh, like I said, I'd recommend you go watch that video, brother, because it'll explain a lot of what's going on in our side of things, like who we're dealing with. They're definitely watching, dude. They're watching every one of us.
I have a hilarious moment I can show you because I'm like, come on, guys, like fuck off and put back the stream. And as soon as I said that, they put back the stream. Like as soon as I said it, but it's all within.
I'm a surprise, Kevin. They don't see me coming.
Which is, it's all within the mind, bro. Fucking YouTube and all that. These people aren't even fucking real. It's a simulation in your mind. Yeah,
Is this a OTW deep state deepfake?
I'm a
broadcasting
figment of your
filler.
imagination.
As we take a momentary
it's
break,
really
let us
good.
entertain you with a delightful journey through imagination. Close your eyes and let your mind we explore the extreme depths of the human spirit. In a world where dreams come to life, where possibilities are where the power of the knows no bounds. In this realm of limitless creativity, we find ourselves on the edge of discovery, ready to embark on an adventure like no other. Picture yourself standing on a sandy beach, feeling the warm grains between your toes. As the sun begins to set on the horizon, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink, a gentle breeze carries whispers of distant lands. Now imagine stepping into a lush forest, the air thick with the scent of pine and the symphony of birds serenading your every step. Sunlight filters through the towering trees, casting playful shadows on the forest floor. As you walk deeper into the woods, you stumble upon an ancient moss-covered stone engraved with cryptic symbols. Transfixed by the mystery, you reach into your backpack and pull out a weathered journal. It tells tales of forgotten civilizations and hidden treasures, awaiting brave souls to unearth their secrets. With every page turned, the forest around you seems to come alive, revealing its hidden wonders. Time flies by, and the world of your imagination expands beyond what you thought possible. In this realm of untapped potential, dreams become reality and ideas take flight. As the final seconds of this broadcasting filler tick away, remember that within you lies a universe of infinite possibilities. And we're back. We hope you enjoyed that momentary escape into the realm of imagination. Thank you for joining us on this brief intermission. Our regular programming will resume shortly. Stay tuned for more captivating content right here on OTW News.
OTW, what did you prompt it? Hypnosis for OTW's
Man,
channel?
that kind of AI, I'm totally
I've
happy
seen
with.
I'm not gonna lie, OTW, you look kind of like robotic there, dude.
No,
I
he's a
went on
master
the seashore. I was standing on the beach.
He's a hypnosis fucking master now.
I took the trip.
It was a deep fake.
A deep state deep fake?
Yeah.
I'm in the sunset.
God.
I'm on one that
Apparently, we're listening, Brian O'Shea talk about urine and being a domestic terrorist. So,
bro, I could deep fake Brian O'Shea and be a way funnier comedian. Guaranteed.
Oh shit!
I could just prompt the fucking AI to do it.
Yeah, but can you be creepier though? Is the question. I don't know about that, sir.
We could
for sure.
program that attribute in. Be fine.
Were you guys all there? We went to his open mic live thing.
Yeah, and he was muted. Pointless.
It was funny night though, man. We were all laughing our asses off.
Yep.
He didn't think it was that funny, but I mean, you know, we had a good time. Remember that?
Cage, you got 103 subs and 13 videos.
Why?
Whoa, the numbers, man. 1s and 3s everywhere.
Yeah, I don't know where Zen Wen has been, but she's always
use their numbers again.
Bringing that up. Her 1s and 3s always 13 and 31s and shit. She's always seeing.
Instead of a 13, they drew a 31.
Yeah, I don't know where a lot of people have been. You know, since some people aren't being haven't been so active, like Ian, We Are Weak, and some other people. I mean, I haven't seen a lot of people around these so-called streets lately, but hopefully all are well.
It's not the streets, bro.
Not even close, sir. You're correct.
Just wanted to say toodaloo and love you.
Yes. I was at a wonderful
love,
time
Manel.
with you today. I'm out too, guys. I'm gonna chat with the lady. All right, love you guys all. I'm going
Hey,
outside.
guys, don't forget to click the donation or the super chat or something on your way out.
All right, mate. I'll do my best.
Much love and respect, man. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll be back tomorrow, bright and early here on OTW News. So much respect to everybody.
I have a good ending for everybody. Quick, you know, leave on a lighthearted laugh.
All right, let's go for it.
Is it RoboCop?
You never know. We have 2 quick messages.
I love RoboCop. It was great. Come on.
Hey,
the first one.
You guys want to hear something really weird? I went to the cottage. When I was a kid, I used to go to the cottage, and I used to know the person who created RoboCop. I've never watched it before, though. His name was Adam something. But yeah, his wife was named Vicky, and she was like, she had a cottage, and we were able to go there when I was a kid.
How bizarre.
It was nice. Like, they seem like nice people. RoboCop probably has the
Was it like a log? A log
I have to
cabin
look.
type thing.
No, it was like proper. You know,
Proper. Nice.
Roll that beeline footage.
a bunch of rooms and shit.
Nice. Did it have
All
a
right, we're
cellar?
gonna roll it. There you go. Hit it. Oh, gee. We got 32 seconds on here, and then we have one more.
What's up, Slave? Welcome to OTW News on this Thursday morning. It's Paul, the real slave, and I'm here to tell you the real truth of reality. I'm not honor able, respect able, or any of the other ables. I'm your favorite albino monkey clown, and I'm here to tell you that you are all fucked. You are a bunch of idiots. Now subscribe to Caged Reality right now before I drive without a license, you fucking slaves. I'm a fan of roast beef. I finally got some when I was 26 years old. Man, I was hungry. See you all soon, slaves. What's up?
Hello, brothers and sisters. It's Wednesday, May the 17th. I have a very important message for everyone. I just got back from my third initiation. It involved a goat and jerking off in a casket. It was a great experience, brothers and sisters. I also just got off the phone with my CIA handlers, and they asked to go reiterate the message again. You are all fucked. Anyways, peace and love, brothers and sisters. I got to get back to the UN. See you all soon.
What's up, everyone? It's your favorite gay meth head, Tommy. I'm over here tweaking on the metaverse. I just hit a 7-gram lock of the finest ice. Luckily, my dealer is gay too, so I exchanged a few favors for this meth. Now I'm going to go from panel to panel, tweaking out and rambling to myself all day. Oh, and fuck all you losers. You are not retired like me. I'm on welfare, bitches. Now, excuse me.
Much love, everybody. I'm off.
Just as good as the first time. Thank you, Cage.
Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Keep my head up when I act, head up, that's a fact. Never looking back, I'ma keep myself on track. Keep my head up, staying strong, always moving on. Feel I don't belong, tell my thoughts to move along. Push myself to be the best, die with no regrets. Live with every breath, see my message start to spread. And I had so many dreams, then you hit your teens. Life ain't really what it seems, try to find out what it means. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label, oh yeah, you know me, I have only the best. I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going. I don't want no fake love, I want the real stuff. Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path, if you want it bad. I'm gonna show you where it's at, yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done, I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want, yeah. Rises like the sun, yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooters gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I won, yeah. Always do it on my own, so I gotta get through it. And the only thing I know is to love what I'm doing. Never give up, never slow, till I finally prove it. Never listen to the no's, I just wanna keep moving. Yeah, I put out all this art, it's my only medicine. Yeah, everything I do, I'm just being genuine. Yeah, I'm sick of being screwed, feel my own adrenaline. Yeah, I do just what I do, and I hope you let me in, yeah. I'm grateful, oh yeah, able, oh yeah, I'm stable, oh yeah, no label. Oh yeah, you know me. I have only a past. I'm lonely, but damn, I'm going to win. Yeah.